Okay, good evening everybody, and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host JJ48, and tonight we should be finishing up the Gold Skulltula quest at the very least. So, uh, during the week, I looked into the Skulltulas that I thought were accounted for, but that we had somehow missed. We were down 3 from where I expected to be. One of them was the Scarecrow that didn't want to get summoned for us. Eventually managed to figure out the right place to stand to get him to do so. Another was in the Shadow Temple, and that's why I was in Kakariko Village just now. And then the last was in Lon Lon Ranch, in one of the places that we didn't check. So we should be down to just 7 more. In fact, let me just check on our... Yes, 93. And all of them, well, 6 of them should be over this way towards the Gerudo territories. So I did also discover as I was going through trying to figure out what we had missed, that something that the game did tell us about very early on, but I had forgotten about it, and that is that we actually can see on the mini-map, or on the main map, where the Gold Skulltulas, not exactly where they are, but whether we've gotten all the Gold Skulltulas in whether we've gotten all the Gold Skulltulas in an area. And the way we can do that is if we look on our map, just in case you're curious, you'll notice as I highlight over areas, it'll give the name at the bottom, like Gerudo's Fortress, Haunted Wasteland, Gerudo Valley. When I go down to Lake Hylia, there's a Skulltula mark to the left of the name, and that indicates that I've gotten all of the Skulltulas in Lake Hylia. So by doing that, I was able to figure out where we had gotten all the Skulltulas, and that significantly helped narrow down the places to have to search. And this doesn't take into account the dungeons themselves, like Hylia does not take into account the Water Temple, but if you go into one of the temples and see the map there, the map itself does account for that. And we'll see that when we go into the Spirit Temple. I think I'm going to need... Okay, so we should have 6 left. And one right over here. Okay, 5 left. And I think if we look at the map, now this area should show... Yep, Gerudo Valley is now clear. Yeah. I don't need to constantly be saving, especially since it doesn't really like the Wii as much, so best just do it at the end. Okay, at some point I would like to come back and do the Gerudo training grounds, but we don't need to do that just at the moment in order to complete this quest. Instead, we have a nice bit of horseback archery range up here, and the Skulltula should be down here. So one thing I did get to thinking about was because we missed the Gold Skulltula. One of the reasons we missed the Gold Skulltula that was in Lon Lon Ranch was because there were because there were so many in there. There's, I think, 5 just within Lon Lon Ranch itself, and which is kind of a lot for such a small area. And I was kind of trying to think of why the Skulltulas choose where they went. And only thing I can think of is I think we... what's going on? Oh, you don't... Oh, you want to go down and around. Okay, you don't want to go on top of the building. That makes sense. You should not ride horses on top of buildings, if you can help it. No, and that's right, you don't like going through the desert. But one thing I was thinking of is the legend of the Gold Skulltulas, or such as it is. I believe we heard either in town or through one of the gossip stones that the family that was cursed had been a rich family. Oh, there's a sign here. All those reckless enough to venture into the desert, please drop by our shop. Well, I am reckless enough to venture into the desert. Let's go visit this carpet merchant. Don't know why we need a carpet, but... Huh. Welcome! I am selling stuff strange and rare from all over the world to everybody. Today's special is... a dangerous running object, terrifying. I won't tell you what it is until I see the money. How about 200 sure. Ah, Bombchus. Of course. Okay, I think we might need these. This isn't a terrible purchase, especially since we don't really have anything else we need to buy at the moment anyway. What I'm selling is Bombchu. The mark that will lead you to the Spirit Temple is the flag on the left outside the shop. Be seeing you. Okay, so we don't even lose our way to the Spirit Temple to come visit this guy. Okay, so let's see. Before I was just completely distracted, we were talking about the reason so many gold Skulltulas are at Lon Lon Ranch. And... I was thinking the family that's cursed is associated with a lot of money, and also, where's the? I think there's a flag. And also, I seem to recall hearing some rumor from either a character or Gossip Stone or something linking it to greed and saying they were cursed for their greed, or maybe that was the man himself who said that. But that being the case, that's what we need. Is this where we need this? Why am I even doing this when we can just warp right there? But having the Skulltulas associated with greed made me wonder if perhaps greed is what attracts the Skulltulas somehow, because we do have in Lon Lon Ranch the case of what was his name? Ingo, I believe, the farmhand who briefly took over the ranch until we were able to win Epona away from him, and he was upset because he had been planning to give the horse to Ganondorf. And then we also woke up Talon, and he was able to go and, I guess, put things to rights. So, it's never actually specified, but I have to wonder if maybe that's maybe that's why so many of the Skulltulas were attracted to Lon Lon Ranch, is because greedy Ingo was there, and they were somehow attracted to that. Ow. Oh, wait, where am I going here? That's not very helpful. I kind of need it to be nighttime. But it's the daytime that has the better music. Okay, there. Oh great, we have to do this while these things are spawning around us. Yes, we do. Okay. Yes, Navi, we're gonna save Hyrule. That's why we're in the desert. Again. Because we did come here as a child already. Okay, I think this rock was not the one I was supposed to get off on. Okay. Good to know. This rock? No? Up that rock. Ow. Oh, actually, we do still need it to be night, because I think there's another... There is another Skulltula in this area still. That we have to ride the beanstalk to get to, so... There we go. This is a rather persistent issue we've seen in the Zelda games, especially in Zelda 2, is that Link has a very stunning inability to swing his sword either higher or lower than directly in front of him. It can hit things that are about waist height up to shoulder height, but anything slightly above his head or slightly below his knees is going to be really tough for him to get. Okay. There we go. See if I can remember our way back to... I believe we've actually already seen this Skulltula before. We just couldn't access it at the time. Ow. Ah! No, stop. Oh, my tunic's gone. Give me back my tunic. There we go. Kind of surprised that we were wearing the tunic and it devoured the tunic we were wearing, and yet we were still able to be wearing a green tunic when we came out. This Link is just very heavy on the modesty and can almost instantly change his tunic if need be. Okay, I think we need to go over this way. And we never did find out anything about this giant snake lady, except that we, I think, bombed her face or shone light at it or something, and but it's one of those things that is, I don't know, to me it's kind of an intriguing part of the game, 'cause it seems very prominent in this room. You know, it's part of the puzzle, but we don't see any reference to why snakes are important or anything to the Gerudo. But I think that's one of the things as we're playing through the game. There's a lot of stuff that we don't get the full story to. We just kind of get little hints and teases. And as a matter of fact, you know, the developers may not have even thought of a full story, just thought it looked cool. But that does allow the player to, you know, just like when you're reading a book and you see kind of hints like that, it allows the player to kind of come up with their own story or, you know, make up their own headcanon and just add quite a bit of depth to the world. So let's see, it's that. 99, one more. And this one should be this one's going to be in an area that we haven't actually seen yet. Okay, we might actually have plenty of time to do the rest of the side quests today. So in order to get this last Skulltula, we need to head towards what used to be Hyrule Castle and is now Ganon's Castle. Looks quite a bit different. It's interesting that he didn't just take over Hyrule Castle. He apparently threw it down and built an entirely new castle. Because that's completely different design and different aesthetic and everything. And yet, I'm sure somewhere there's still probably some Hylian guards who don't even realize anything has changed and are completely unaware that Ganon has even managed to get past them. And this is the last Skulltula. Okay. I forgot to show... There's our 100. I forgot to show on the map that we were... how it looked when we were in the dungeon. I can show that I can show that briefly in the Shadow Temple since we want to go back to Kakariko anyway. And warping there will be the quickest way. So here we are in the Shadow Temple, and as you can see on this map as well, next to the title there's the gold Skulltula showing that we had gotten all of those. And that's how I found that we had missed one in the Shadow Temple to begin with. Which I had thought that we had left one in the Shadow Temple, I just thought it was the one next to the boat. But I guess we only need the Scarecrow to get that if we didn't have the long shot. Which we did have the long shot, so we were able to get it. And instead it was one in a room that I was almost sure that we'd cleaned out. Or cleared out. Okay, so let's go tell the rich family the good news. I mean, we've killed all the Skulltulas, so I'm sure they already know the good news, and I don't remember, were the lights on here at night before? Maybe they were. Either way. Hey, there's no more freaky spider people, it's all real people. Hey, since you've destroyed 100 spiders of the curse on me has been broken. Thank you, here is a token of my appreciation. Please take it. Alright, we got a huge rupee worth 200 rupees. We'll be careful not to get cursed again. Yeah. And I think if I leave and come back in, he'll keep giving me rupees. Is what I read somewhere, but I don't really need them at this point. So happy everyone is back to normal. Do you guys have other dialogue? The curse has been broken. Thank you. Here's a reward for you. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm so happy everyone is back to normal. The curse has been broken. Thank you. Here's a reward. I guess these were some people that we didn't talk to the first time, or as we were clearing out the spiders. So, okay, good. Kind of a happy ending. The only thing is, I don't think we hear any more about them, which means their ending is somewhat ambiguous. Especially if we think that they were cursed because of their greed. They say they'll be careful not to get cursed again, but they don't really say anything about like having learned a lesson or I mean, yes, they're giving us rupees, but we did them a service, so I mean, did they learn their lesson and now they're going to be more generous, or are they still just as greedy as ever and now they'll just try to figure out how to be greedy and not be cursed? Not sure. I guess that's another case of you can kind of decide on your own which way to take the story to make it more satisfying for you personally. Just in your own head. Okay, so from here, we're going to come in here and talk to this guy. Oh, you're quite an energetic young man. You're brave and handsome, too. Thank you, Mr. One Red Glowing Eye guy. Your name is JJ48, isn't it? Don't be surprised. I can read people's minds. I mean, everybody seems to know what my name is anyway, for some reason. If I looked as good as you, I could run a different kind of business. I don't want to know what you're talking about. Just move on, please. My shop is the only ghost shop in Hyrule. Because of the great Ganondorf, it is a fine time for a business like this. Oh, I can only hope the world gets even worse. The ghosts, called Poes, are spirits of concentrated hatred that appear in the fields and graveyard. They hate the world. Do you realize some of your stock is escaping? Fortunately, they don't seem to be interested in escaping very far, but they seem to regularly drift out of the cage, raising the question of what the purpose of the cage is. But I digress. Young man, if you catch a Poe, I will pay a lot of money for it. Okay. Young man, what's happening today? If you have a Poe, I will buy it. Okay. So he wants us to catch Poes, which we're going to need some empty bottles for, and I don't think we need bugs anymore. And we need to not just catch any Poe. I believe there are 10 specific Poes that we need to catch. That will be big Poes that we ride around on Epona in Hyrule Field to find them. So hopefully... I'm assuming they'll show up at night. Not entirely sure exactly where they're supposed to be. Well, if they do show up at night, then it being day doesn't really help me much, now does it? I should probably open up a guide or something to help me find them, because I have no idea where they would be. I know they're supposed to be kind of scattered around Hyrule Field. Unless I'm completely mistaken and they only appear in the daytime. Oh. Well, there was one. Will he show up again if I ride back, or is it gonna... Okay. Okay, maybe it doesn't matter if it's day or night. Where does he show up? Almost had him. Okay, so once we find him, I think we just need to go slow so that I can... No, you're going the wrong way. I need you to not head towards a wall. But if I go too slow, then they get in front of me and then disappear, so... There we go. Okay, let's see. You defeated Poe the Ghost. Do you want to catch it in a bottle? Yes. You caught a big Poe. Okay. Excuse me just a moment. I'm going to look up where the other ones are, because this is kind of a big area to be searching for just 9 more Poes. There should be another one in this area, looks like. Here we go. I was going to think of it. I'm not sure we really noticed before, but where are all the Stalfos that attacked us when we were kids? Here. Also, not sure why the fence runs across the path and then leaves an opening over here, rather than, you know, having the opening right where the path is. Okay, it should be... Yeah. Apparently once I draw my bow, I can't really just put it down. I have to fire an arrow before I can release it. Okay, let's see, where was that? I want to come at it at an angle that's not driving it towards the wall. Okay. Opponent seems to be moving slower than usual. You feeling okay, girl? Ah. Okay, I need to go get some more arrows because I'm probably not going to be able to... Probably not going to be able to just hit with the next two. Oh, and a bunch of arrows just hiding in the bushes. Convenient. Okay, it was... And then we're keeping these in empty bottles, which apparently much more secure than the cages that they could just drift in and out of that the actual ghost seller had. Which means we'll have to take these back and sell them to empty out our bottles, so that we can catch the rest of them. When I was dismounted, you could briefly see them up in the bottles in the upper right. No, I'm sorry, I can't kill you at the moment. I'll be back in a moment. Let's see. If I have a Poe, I will buy it, or you will buy it. Yes. Well, I have a Poe. Here we go. Oh, you brought a Poe today. Very interesting. This is a big Poe. I'll buy it for 50 rupees. On top of that, I'll put 100 points on your card. If you earn 1,000 points, you'll be a happy man. Okay. And... Okay. 50 rupees, 100 points. If I get 1,000, be happy. I have 200 points now. Okay. There doesn't seem to be any way to skip his dialogue like there usually is on these. Sorry, I'm already bringing you big Poes. You don't need to continue your sales pitch every time. Okay, we saw another one was right here at the crossroads. Well, it's not really a crossroads, more of a... junction? A split? Oh, where were you? There you are. Man, these things are really lucky I'm a lousy shot. Or maybe they're unlucky, since it means that I have to spook them and fire more arrows at them. If I hit them once and then they disappear, that's one more arrow shot that they had to take that they wouldn't have had to if I just got them cleanly the first time. Where was that patch that had some... Okay. Yes, Navi, we're going to save the princess. That's why we're riding around Hyrule Field. There we go. Okay, so like over here. Need to ride a little faster. I think it's a distance thing that causes them to... Here we go. I mean, unless you have tips on how I can be a better archer, I don't really want to hear it at the moment. Okay, it's just magic. We'll have to actually go see if we can get some more in Kakariko Village. Pardon me, sirs. I need to check this grass to see if there's any arrows in it. Because I am, despite having a seemingly limitless amount of money, I'm still very cheap and don't want to buy arrows in the shop. This is not the shop, is it? No, this is someone's house. Sorry, ma'am. Did not mean to intrude. Unless you happen to be a Fletcher, in which case I will buy some arrows from you. I think this is the general store. We moved here from the castle town. I know times are tough, but I hope you will be a steady customer for us. It depends on how many shots it takes me to kill these Poes. But, sure. You keep on... If I keep running out of arrows and can't get more from just finding them in the grass, then absolutely. Frequent the shop. Oh, where's their Poe? I heard a Poe. Oh, there he is. It's down there. Okay, I thought I'd come up here for him. Apparently I'm going to have to go down there and very quickly shoot him. Or her, or it, I guess. Don't really know if these are male or female, or if the Poes even have a gender. Oh. Okay, that's going to be tough. Do I need to be on Epona for this? I guess I wouldn't really be doing much better on foot. Okay, I just need to aim properly, and then be very fast, I think. Yeah. Almost. If I can get the second shot to hit right after he's done being stunned from the first shot, but before he starts moving again. Okay, no, opponent, need you to keep moving a little bit. Okay, almost. Firing a little bit early before he's fully in there the first time. I'm sure there's probably a better way of doing this, but... There we go. Put me down. I'm not going to risk it despawning by me going the long way around. Don't know if these things will despawn if I take too long to get to them, but we'll avoid that completely. Okay. Hopefully that was the hardest one. I think from looking at the map, it seems like that's probably the most restrained of them, constrained. All the others I should be able to ride through, and riding after them seems to give me at least a little bit of time. Is it up there? Okay, this one's also going to be kind of tough, I think. Unless, if we go fast enough, maybe we can do it out to one side. No? I think I actually do need to actually hit that corner, which means that it's going to go in... This one's also going to be rather tough. Okay, apparently, if I just stop... Okay. Okay, they'll just respawn, and then I can... If I can just get my aim right, about there. Yep. A little too high. Almost. There we go. Yay. Alright, so we should only need to make... Whoa! Oh, that's... I think that's not a big Poe, that's a regular Poe. Probably comes through after now that we've beaten Big Poe. Yeah, I'm not interested in the regular Poes, I just want to sell the big Poes. Interesting, the bottle appears completely purple with the Poes inside. Despite the Poes not really wearing purple, nor do their spirits appear purple. And the Poes that are dancing in and out of the cage now are different colors than they were before, because before there was one of them was blue. Although they do look like Big Poe spirits, so maybe now he's putting the Big Poes that we're selling him on display. Well, there we go. Holding this up right into your face didn't work. Let me take one step over to the side and hold it up. And then that apparently does work. You don't happen to have any arrows, do you? And I know this might look like we're just ransacking an old man's house and stealing his money from him, but in Link's defense, the guy is kind of creepy, so I think that justifies it. There's Epona. Okay, we'll check here first, since we got some arrows. It's not really going to be enough as it is. There we go, that's a decent amount. Oh, maybe over by the tree? Okay, it was over by the tree. Alright. And they appear to spawn right in front of me, or very close to it, and drift almost directly away from me. So if I come at it from a different angle, this one I should be able to come at it at an angle that'll be a little more favorable. Over here. Ah. Well, I almost had it. Might need to try the same trick, try it again, of just stopping and letting it spawn repeatedly. Does seem to be the most consistent way of getting... Oh, that's right, I already cut down all the grass. So, considering 30 arrows completely fills up our our quiver, and we can buy larger lots, I'm assuming there's an arrow upgrade somewhere, but not too concerned about finding it at the moment. But just in case anyone was wondering why we're buying the middle amount of arrows and not the large amount of arrows. Oh no, where'd your head go? Okay, there it is. Okay. That seems pretty good. The arrow seems to shoot a little high and to the right of where I think it's going to be. Or where it appears like it's going to be just looking at the bow. So, good. Does anybody who knows more about horses than I do, come on, get away from this guy. Are there horses that are actually like this, that are like brown color and then and then have white tails and mane. It's kind of a good look for a horse, I think. Oh, that was the other Poe disappearing. Okay, that bush is about where it appears. Pony might want to duck so I don't accidentally hit you right between the... Okay, I think if I ride forward to where this is, I won't have to go back to the spawn zone, which means the other Poe won't spawn. The non-big Poe that... Yes. Alright, just 2 more. So I wonder what we're going to get at the end of this to justify all this. We're getting rid of these Poes, which are presumably a nuisance in Hyrule, so I mean that's like genuine heroic deed right there. And the guy really wants them, so he'd probably give us something really good for it. Okay, tree. Oh, yep, okay. Tree's the spawn point. Higher. Ah, it's too low. Second shot. Okay. The thing is, with how finicky the controls are and how short it's there, if I have to adjust my aim at all between shots, I'm going to miss the second shot. So I need to try to find a place where both shots can hit. I want it to hit high on the Poe the first time so that the second shot can still hit it. Okay, I might be a little too high, but we'll see. There we go. Alright, and sadly, we only have 3 bottles, so we'll have to take these in, and then we can hunt the last ghost, or Poe. Which I guess I'm not really clear whether... Oh, nope, Pony, you're supposed to move. Also, does anybody who knows stuff about horses know if there's horses like this that you just accidentally get off of when you're trying to get them to move? I'm not really clear. it's not really clear what exactly the Poes are. I guess we had the Composer brothers were Poes, and they had been real people who were buried, and so the Poes appeared to be their spirits, which would make this guy trading in Poes all the more disturbing. If we think that these are actual people's spirits that he'll just buy from us and then sell for who knows what purpose. Which, I guess it's important to notice that in some of the upcoming games there can be some kind of dark themes and some kind of dark and heavy stuff, but it doesn't originate there. Like it's we can already see here there's some stuff that's actually kind of disturbing if you think about it. And wait a second, does he have a Triforce on his chest? He does. He's got like a band around his chest with the Triforce. I guess I've never really been clear whether the white part above the band is that like a sweater or something that comes up all the way to just below his face that we can't see except for the one glowing eye, or is that like a beard or something? I don't know. What even are you, sir? Let's see. 12, I think we can hunt the last one with 12. My guess it's going to be that rock up on the ledge is where the spawn point is for the last one. 'Cause I think it's supposed to be in this area. Not that rock. This rock. No, not that rock. That rock. Or not. Okay. Maybe it's up on that ledge. Come on, you don't even have to jump that fence. You could just step over that fence. That seemed like a perfect place for it to spawn, being all nice and inconvenient like that. Down along here. Okay. Should be passed over this. Why isn't it passed over where it says that it should appear? Oh, okay, here we go. So you're over here, and for some reason you just didn't. Okay, wait. Is this the right spot? This is not the right spot. Okay. Okay. Up. There we go. Okay. Okay. Alright, so this should be the last one. Alright. Let's see, we could go back and sell it, but I think first let's go to the Gerudo training ground, because there's not really a convenient warp spot, and we're right here, and that way we don't have to backtrack. And I think what the guy gives us we're not going to need for the Gerudo training ground. So hopefully we'll be able to complete the Gerudo training ground and then return to the guy. I guess whether we complete the Gerudo training ground or not, I will return to the guy and turn in the last Poe before we finish for the night. So not keeping people in suspense for a week. Nope. Okay, this is the Gerudo's training ground. Membership card verified. 1 try for 10 rupees. Oh man, that's so costly. Alright. You can overcome the trials in the Chamber's Head, then and only then will you be qualified to hold our secret treasure. Defeat all the enemies in a limited time. Okay, and you. Good. Oh, that's just mean. on, isn't there... Oh, what if I do this? Haha. Ow. The Bigoron sword, in addition to doing a lot more damage, does help us make fights like the Lizalfos and Stalfos much easier, because enemies are trained to fight and guard against. They're programmed to fight and guard against just the normal Master Sword. And the Bigoron sword, having a different swing and a different reach, it can sometimes kind of like sneak in past their defenses. Oh, I have 5 keys. That means the keys I collected last time are all still collected. Good. This sounds like there's... something more going on here. But let's try playing the Song of Time. Ah. Oh, good. Clams and spiny trap thing. And something squiggling around. Unfortunately, this place doesn't have its own map, and I have no idea if we've already been in there or not. Okay, those are just fish. Okay, well this isn't so bad so far. Okay, I'm going to assume that we've already been in here then, because I don't see anything else. Maybe this was a collect the silver coins thing. That could be why the targets are there. Can't use my lens of truth underwater, so it's not like a hidden thing like that. Alright, so this room is pretty unnecessary to come back into. Good job, Link. Managed to miss the platform completely. And again. Have I mentioned this was in the early days of 3D platforming games? Well, this isn't really platforming, but still moving about in 3D space. Okay. So I think we want to go through the middle door from here. So what was that? Why is there a arrow target right here? Aha. Navi, you actually came in useful for something. Sort of. Didn't really need arrows, but did show me that there was something hidden. and I've already made back half of what I paid to do this, so. Okay, you must strive to obtain the keys hidden in each chamber. Alright, can I climb on this? I can. Don't know that that helps me at all. So I'm guessing we don't need to go through all these doors. And for this, just so you know, I have not looked up the answer. Because I wanted to try to figure this out on my own. But I'm guessing we don't need to go through all these doors. Because to the right and left. But we probably do need to get all the keys if we want to open all the locks. So if we make a mistake, or if it just takes more than 5 keys to get there, then we'll have to go do more rooms and figure out where the other keys are. But I can see the chest here. There's a door over there. I don't see a way out of that room. So unless... I mean, best case scenario would be that that small chest there has a key, and that room is just null. So, but we'll go this way. Okay. And then this door is going to be an obvious choice. Probably not going to have enough keys to make it, but we'll see how far we can go. Guess I'm not looking around too much, I'm just more or less assuming that there's not, like, ways to climb up over the top in any of the rooms or anything. And then, okay, looks like we need 2 more keys to actually be able to access the big treasure. Okay. Okay. Glad we came in here because that does give us a little better idea of what our goal is. And the chests along the way tell me that I'm not too concerned about the small chests since they're either arrows, which we're pretty much maxed out on at the moment, or rupees, which we don't really need either. Pretty much all those purple rupees and red rupees did for us was make it so that they topped us off so that we basically got in for free. Where have we not been yet? Fortunately, the rooms we've been through seem to stay cleared, so that's good. I mean, it's good unless there happens to be like a large one with silver hands shall move a giant. Ah, last time we were through here, I think we didn't have the gauntlets. That's what stopped us from moving forward, I think. Because we had to come through as an adult to get to the Desert Colossus, learn the song out there, and then we could go in as a kid, or we could warp out there as a kid, and then that's when we got the... Oh, okay. Please don't eat my tunic. Ah, no, I said don't. Give me back my tunic. Thank you. Every Every time we recover our tunic like that, it reminds us that we can use it to breathe underwater. Doesn't say anything about being covered in like innards. Then again, Link himself was inside the like, so he probably doesn't smell any worse wearing the tunic than he would not wearing it. Okay, that was just mean. I was thinking there would be a key in here, and instead it's just a lot of rupees and a freezy trap. That's right. That's a fakey door. So we go up here. I think we haven't been through this door yet. Oh. I think what this means is that also, since we have this Scarecrow song, I think we can get the Scarecrow here, which will be useful if we have to drop down for some reason and want to pop back up. Alright. Sorry, Pierre, don't need your help at the moment. Just wanted to verify that I could get your help when I do need it. Okay, here's one. How do we get there? Okay. I'm not seeing a way to get over there. Ah, there's a corner of that room. And is this... Okay, this is over the chest room. And so in the corner, looks like it would be in the corner of the first gate we went through. It's way up there. I wonder if that's a key. We'll keep exploring a little bit, but if we don't find another key room, that might be our way forward. Okay, I think we already did the statue thing. Because that's where that chest came from. Alright, that's just to shut off the fire there. And that was to open up the door. So there's probably nothing else in this room we really need to worry about. So there's a key. How do we get it? Because I didn't see... I'm not sure that I can see any way of... There doesn't seem to be any way to climb up to it. Well, certainly not by doing that. If it were in a chest, we could use the hookshot over to it. But... is there. Like, we can hookshot up to there. Let's try going around the other side just to... At some point I'm going to make this jump. But not this time. Okay. Though apparently... Why are you turning green over there? Is it a Song of Storms? Or not Song of Storms, a Song of Time thing? Can we get a Song of Time block? Let's see. Ah, there we go. Well, and again, Navi, you've proven that you're not absolutely useless. Alright, this should be enough. Cool, we can even come in here without having to... Yeah, see, the thing is, if I spend my keys to go through there, like I think we needed exactly 2 keys, and I'm not sure where we would even find 2 other keys if we spent the 2 keys going that way. So we'll have to... I guess the upper room might be a key, and maybe inside there was a key. Because I'm assuming that they wouldn't make this, especially since this saves your progress, I'm assuming they wouldn't make it so that it was possible to just completely remove any chance of getting it. There we go. This is how we get up here. Let's see what was up here. Ah, another key, okay. So if we only need the 2 keys, then we'll go back through the other door just to see if there was a key in that other room, to prevent this from being... prevent Link from being able to lock himself out of the big prize. But let's get the big prize first, just in case. Well, I guess it's not really just in case. We should be good anyway, but this is the important thing. Oh, wait, not that one, the other side. All right. We got the ice arrows. If you hit your target, it will freeze. This arrow magic is granted only to those who complete the difficult training of the Gerudo, so use it with pride. Alright, more powerful arrows are always nice, even though I probably won't use them, but... before we exit, let's... just see what was in this chest. Oh. Okay, no, that I was mistaken. That chest was the one that was over here. Or that was the one that I thought was over here, so... wow, I think if we had come through this way, we actually could have locked ourselves out and, I don't know, maybe needed to either needed to restart the whole thing, or else possibly maybe we missed a key somewhere, or else maybe it's possible to just prevent yourself from getting the ice arrows because they're not necessary. Alright. One more thing to do in this area, and that is see if we can actually try the horse archery range that we saw earlier. Who do I talk to about that? Hey, newcomer. Okay, that's... I thought maybe you would tell me, like, ask me if I wanted to try the horse archery. This looks like someone to try the horse archery. Hey, newcomer, you have a fine horse. I don't know where you stole it from, but... Okay, how about challenging this horseback archery? Once the horse starts galloping, shoot the targets with your arrows. Let's see how many points you can score. You get 20 arrows. If you can score 1,000 points, I will give you something good. Do I want to try for 20? Sure, we'll try it at least once or twice. Okay. 800 points. You have plenty of room for improvement. Yes, I can try again. Now that I've figured out what I want to do, which is shoot a bunch of 60s while I have the chance. Not waste time shooting the 30s. Oh, said not waste time. Said not waste time shooting the 30s. Okay, we'll shoot a few 30s. Not quite halfway there. Oh, too far away. There we go. Fantastic. You are a true master. I will give this to you. Keep improving yourself. Alright. Piece of heart. And we actually completed one, so we get a full another heart. Nice. Oh, did we set the high score? That's interesting. We just barely beat their target score, and that's... What is you guys' score then? Alright. One more kind of mini-game thing I'm going to look at since we're starting to run out of time. So I'll try to finish that up and turn in the Poe quest. And then next week we will be entering into Ganondorf's castle. Which means it's entirely possible that we might be finishing this next week. might remember we saw some gossip stones. I think they were the stones up by the Temple of Time that talked about that talked about Malin having set the record for the obstacle course at Lon Lon Ranch, and so we're going to see if we can take on her record. Epona looks great. It looks like you were able to tame her too. How about trying your skill with Epona on an obstacle course? That's what I'm here for. I'll time you for 2 laps. It's pretty challenging. If you miss jumping a fence in the proper order, you'll fail. How about it? Do you want to try? Let's go. Current record is 50 seconds. First try to beat this record. If you can beat the record, I'll give you a present. Give it your best shot, okay? Alright, let's get started. Okay, well, I'm guessing we probably failed already, so let's try again. That's going to be a tough fence to jump. Failed. You have to jump over all the fences. Come on, can't I just cheat a little bit? I'm a hero, after all. You're making sure to approach the fences head on. If you approach at an angle, the horse won't jump. If you want to try again, mount Epona and get ready. Okay. Let's go. Okay, didn't even get it on Epona, but I was still able to start it. Interesting. Close. No! Ah! Epona, why didn't you jump? No, don't jump that fence. Okay, now you can jump. I think we would have had it if we'd gotten that last fence. Wow, great. Your time was 1 minute 3 seconds. We're a great team. Well, I think we can try one more time, though. Okay, let's go. What? Why are you not jumping? I'm building up speed before we get to the fence. There we go. Okay, fine. We'll just... Probably just a piece of heart anyway, and we aren't going to get enough of those to get another full heart container probably, so... Malin's record stands. So... I don't want to... There let's head back, turn in the Poe, and I think that's about it for stuff we're doing before entering Ganon's castle. Yeah, you wouldn't even jump a fence. There's no way you're jumping across this big thing of water. Alright, what is he going to give us? Okay, I'm trying to hold it up to him. Okay, we brought a Poe. Big Poe for 50 rupees, and he'll give us 100 points. Oh, wow, you have earned 1,000 points. Young man, you are a genuine ghost hunter. Is that what you expected me to say? Because of you, I have extra inventory of Big Poes, so this will be the last time I can buy a ghost. You're thinking about what I promised would happen when you earn 1,000 points. Don't worry, I didn't forget. Just take this. It's a bottle! Yay! I have to put something in this bottle, set it to C. Okay. I mean, looks like he's got plenty of empty bottles. And there's a picture of a Triforce drawn on the wall, in addition to the Triforce outfit he's wearing. Okay, I'm thinking maybe that's not a beard, maybe that's just cloth pulled up. So, who could this guy be? Okay. Just normal dialogue. I wonder... He has all the Triforce imagery, and he's staying near the castle town even though things are looking kind of bleak, and he has lots of money. Could he be someone from the royal family? Although that seems kind of sketchy if the royal family's selling ghosts. There's also the fact that as child Link, this was apparently like a guard's, one of like the guard houses for the gates. But I'm not sure what his story is. But still have a few minutes left, so we might as well see if we can dip into Ganon's castle a little bit. What in the world is this? This skull is like bigger than my shield. What would even have a skull that size? What? We have to save Princess Zelda from her imprisonment and get... Yes, Navi, that's why we're here, at Ganon's castle. We could be inside already if you didn't interrupt me. Oh, can you hear me? It's Rauru the Sage. We six will gather our power to create a bridge to the castle where Ganondorf dwells. The castle's keep, which is known as Ganon's Tower, is protected by 6 evil barriers. Bring down the 6 barriers and save Princess Zelda. Oh. Will do, Rauru. Okay, so let's see. The 6 sages were Rauru, Saria, Darunia, Ruto, Impa, and Nabooru. So all of those except Impa were town names in Zelda 2. It's interesting that Impa was not a town name in Zelda 2, and there was a town name in... there was the town of Kasuto in Zelda 2, which was not named for a sage. So I have one mismatch either way. Ow. But, of course, Impa wouldn't be named for a town in Zelda 2 because Impa was actually one of the very first characters mentioned in the Legend of Zelda series. As you might remember, in the original Legend of Zelda manual, Impa is the one that Zelda sent away to go find the hero who would gather the Triforce pieces and stop Ganon. So it's interesting that we're still recycling an older name, and I guess she's always been a bit of an active part, but it's nice to see that now she gets a little bit more of an active role in things. Okay. So I have this barrier. Wow, Navi, no warning or anything like, hey, that barrier looks dangerous. Just let me run right into it? Okay. Well, I think it's getting close enough. I'm not going to start any of the challenges just yet. But as you can see, this is what we're going to be doing next week. We have to... looks like 6 rooms, 1 associated with each of the sages or each of the seals. Which seems a little odd. Again, this seems like new construction that Ganondorf has done, not... it doesn't really look like it's the same as Hyrule Castle, so why he would be using the sage's powers, I'm not entirely sure. Unless he's using like some kind of like the power of the seals sapping the sage's powers or something, so when we like beat the forest seal, we take that power back from Ganondorf and give it back to Saria or something like that. I don't know, maybe as we're playing through we'll see how it works, but with that I think I'll just sign off a couple minutes early. So thank you for joining me this week, and hope you have a good week, and see you next time. Bye.